Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, the 16th of January, and I'm here to review a film that I saw last night, The Book of Eli, starring Denzel Washington, Gary Oldman, and Mila Kunis. Now, this, for me, was a very good film. It gave out an important message. It is religious, I will say that now. You can prejudge pretty much what the film is about, but you will get surprised. That's all I'm going to say. There are surprises in store in this film, especially towards the end. I mean, it all pretty much comes together at the end. It is slow paced to start off with, but that's the whole point of the film. It's not supposed to be rushed. It's not supposed to be really action in some sense. There are some good fight scenes, especially the way how Denzel Washington handles himself really well in this film, when he's up against about six people all in one go. If you've seen the trailers, you'll know exactly what I mean. He's on this mission. He's walking through a post-apocalyptic world, and he's heading, as he says, west. And he's carrying a book that is really important, purely because it's the last one of its kind. And on his journey, he walks into a town where, like, I don't know if I should call him like the sheriff or the mayor of the town, but he's played by Gary Oldman, and he's obviously the bad guy in this film, and he wants the book that Denzel has in his possession, because he knows the importance of the book as well as Denzel does. So there's this like battle of wits between the pair of them, but Denzel is determined to continue with his mission, no matter what Gary Oldman decides to do to him. He will carry on. And as I say, it is in all manner of purpose. It is a religious film. The way that I saw this film was that you've seen the movies, like, your disaster movies, like, 2012, The Day After Tomorrow, Independence Day, all that sort of stuff. But no one actually looks at what happens after the destruction of the world. What do people do? How do they recover from that? What do they then do? How do they rebuild the world, or things like that? Now, in this sense, it's not a case of them rebuilding as such. It's just a case of he's on this mission. He's got the book, and everything that gets in his way, he has to deal with. He either has to avoid or confront it. And in some ways, he confronts them. In most ways, he has to confront them, because it's in his path. He has to confront it. As I say, he bumps into Mila Kunis as well, who ends up becoming a good friend of his. But she's following him because she wants to learn more about what he's doing, what his purpose is, why is he doing what he's doing. She eventually starts to understand the reason that he's doing it, and you'll see why towards the end. But as I say, the battle with him, Gary Oldman, in some ways, for me, how I saw it, how they portrayed both Denzel Washington and Gary Oldman, was that you had Denzel in sort of like a Jesus God persona, as if he was a messenger of some sort, and then you had Gary Oldman as like the devil, who will stop at nothing to get what he wants and make sure that Denzel doesn't finish the job that he was given. But it's that battle. That's how I saw it. And I think this film is going to divide people in some sense. You're going to have your religious people and your faith people who have their faith, who will look at this film in two ways. One thinking, yes, it's got an important message, but another group of them thinking it shouldn't have been done like that. And then you've got your non-believers and people who may not have religious faith in them, who will then think, yeah, okay, maybe, but then again, they would see it in a non-religious side of things. Now, I saw it in both sides, because in some ways I'm religious, but then again I'm not. I believe that there is a God, but I don't practice in that sense. I don't pray or anything. But throughout this film, as you watch it, you do have that sense of belief. You do have that sense of faith, and that's what it seems to be. That's the message that it's giving out. And the directors, they're twin brothers, Albert and Alan Hughes. This is like their first film that they've done since From Hell, which had Johnny Depp, which was like the story about Jack the Ripper, and that's like the last film that they did. So it's been like 9 years since then, since they've actually done a film for them. So, but this film was, I think it was right for them, and it was also right for Denzel in the same way. And I know Denzel is quite a religious man anyway. I mean, he's done like The Preacher's Wife, he was in that. So I'm guessing when he read this script, he must have just thought, you know what, I'm down for it. I'm down with this. I will do this film, because I think it was close to him and he understood it. As I say, you've got to watch the film, because when you get to the end, after you've watched it, you have to ask yourself, how was that possible? How did he do it? Because, as I say, without giving too much away, the book itself will surprise you. Just the book. Never mind, you know, the mission that he had or anything. The book itself will surprise you in more ways than one. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to leave it there. I recommend going to see it. The 2 words I can describe for it are awe-inspiring, if that can be 2 words. If you can put it as 1 word, then yes. But awe-inspiring is what I would say. Definitely go see it. Let me know what you think if you have seen it, and yeah, just let me know. So anyway, I'm going to get myself ready, because I've got to get ready to go and see Avatar for the 3rd time. I'm going with a friend of mine who has not been to see it yet, so this will be her first IMAX 3D experience as well, so yay. Anyway, see you later.